Sup? What's going on with the stream? I don't know, but I hope it's working now. I guess we'll find out in a moment. Is it in fact working or not? Let's see. Does it look okay? Yay or nay? If it's working okay, and if you guys are not you guys watching live, but whoever you are, if you're watching this video later on, if you're watching the playback of this later and not watching it live, what happened was I started and the stream like went to shit, and so I just had to stop and start over again. So didn't really miss anything. Put like 2 pieces together so far. So it looks okay. It's alright. I guess that's fixed. Didn't really do anything necessarily. I think just something went wrong, but alright. We're back, and let's get back to it. Alright. Where were we? Oh yes. Polycap. PC2. And also, while we're here, let me make a little adjustment to this. Remember on the stream last week building the Death Scythe kit where I had a lot of trouble with this part of like the torso frame, like at the very start? Well, I've noticed that now on the Ultron kit as well too. Building that was the same problem, and with this one as well too. It's just putting these parts together here is just really tight. This one actually seemed to be not that bad, but on the Ultron it was really tight as well too. So I don't know. It's not just me messing around with that. So there's that. We have our cockpit hatch here. Around what episode does Wing start to get good? Around episode Endless Waltz. Endless Waltz was good. The series, I mean, honestly, it was great to like be introduced to Gundam through Gundam Wing, like as a young fellow. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to anyone if you're just wanting to get into Gundam. Like if you've already seen you know, some different Gundam series, whatever, and you're wanting to know if you should watch Wing or not, yeah, you should definitely check it out if you've never seen it. If you've already watched, you know, a bunch of other stuff. Certainly not the best that the Gundam franchise as a whole has to offer, though. It's fine. Endless Waltz was definitely better, I think, but you kind of have to watch the main series before watching Endless Waltz just to be more familiar, like, with the characters and stuff. Yeah. Jason, not a fan of Turn A. You're blocked out of the stream. Let's see. Avoid the cockpit hatch when attaching. Okay, I'll try to do that. Thank you, Manuel. So this kind of... Hey, the torso, obviously, because of how the chest opens up, building this torso is a little bit different. How this all goes together. So you got that. Then this kind of shallots in there. There we are. While I was recording the unboxing for this the other day, like in the unboxing part of the video, I wanted to say, I was gonna say, please guys, don't put any DACA memes. I don't want to just be cringed out going to the comment section on the video and just seeing a bunch of comments of more DACA, needs more DACA, DACA. It's not funny at all. But I thought if I say that, then people are gonna put it all over the comments. So that's just kind of the thing, how it goes on like YouTube, I guess probably social media in general. If you tell people not to say something, they're just gonna go crazy with it. That's all it's gonna be. So now I'm sure, now you guys all watching this live, when the review comes up, you'll all go over there and put on the DACA memes and stuff. But I'm telling you guys, that's why I still haven't done another Gundam meme review video, because Gundam memes are just like, not even 9 out of 10. I would say like 49 out of 50 are just cringe. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So this is just my brand of humor, I guess. Not brand. I don't really have a good brand of humor. My preferred style of humor, I guess. I don't know. Most of the time when I see any sort of Gundam meme or anything, I'm just not into it. As I talked about in the first Gundam meme review video. But I did promise I'll do another one, so I will do that. Hopefully there's some more funny stuff in that thread. DACA is an orc reference for lots of guns in the Warhammer universe. Okay, well, that makes me like it even less now, because I don't like all that, like orcs and dragons and knights and that kind of stuff. Where's this piece? I swear like I just saw it. Where did it go? Yo! What the? Did you guys see it? I just saw that. Where did it go? Alright, well, we'll have to find that. I'm sure it's like right here, and I'm not seeing it for some reason. Let's just move on for the moment, I guess, to the chest. Ah, yep, there it is. It's like hiding just like right next to another piece, so it's kind of blending in. Alright. Crisis averted. And got these parts set into here. God. Ooh. Ah. Sorry. Trying to get a mosquito. Sorry to blast the camera there. Mosquito flying around here. For some reason, like mosquitoes were all gone for a while, so we thought like, oh, it's like end of summer's over, mosquitoes are all gone. Good. But like recently, just the past week, they've been like back with a vengeance. But they don't really bite that much. They just been like flying around. So I don't really know why, but it's been quite annoying because they've been just every day I've killed 4 or 5 mosquitoes in here. And I don't know where they're coming from too. I don't have like any windows open or anything. If I have my door open over there, there's a screen on the door. So like if I have it open, I have the screen closed on it. So don't know where they're coming from or why. Hi from Brazil. Hey, what's up, Rohan? They're in Brazil. Where are the rest of you guys watching from? shout out where y'all watching from. Always interested to know. XN Sever, Sun Sever. No, I've never built the Heavyarms Supernova kit. No. Let's see. Canada. Over there on Twitch. US. Where in the US? If you're watching from the US, you gotta be more specific about that. Let's see. LA, Maryland, New York, San Diego, another LA, New Jersey, Minnesota, Philippines, Alabama, Michigan, Indiana, Denver, Hawaii, Philippines, post-apocalyptic wasteland in the East Coast, U.S. East Coast. All right, San Francisco, New Jersey, Great Lakes area in the U.S., Kentucky, California, Chile, Indonesia, Maryland, Arizona, North Carolina, Ohio, Montana, another Ohio, Florida, New York City, Texas, Ohio, a lot of Ohio in there, Toronto, Florida, San Diego, RG Unicorn, Trash Can, oh wow, got good Wi-Fi in there, China, nice, Myanmar, and worldwide. Anyone watching from Europe? I didn't think I saw anyone in there from Europe. I think it could be the time. It's like I don't know, depending on where you're at in Europe. I don't know, it's like 2 a.m. or something in Europe. Miami, over here on Twitch. Zach, Wales. All right, there you go. There's someone watching. It's late over there in Wales, UK area, isn't it? It must be 2 or 3 a.m., something like that. Newfoundland. Let's see, Indonesia. Yeah. Vietnam. Canada, greetings from China. I hope greetings from China. I hope Biden wins. I think he already won. I think that's kind of done and dusted. 3:30 a.m. over there in Wales. All right. Well, appreciate you staying up or just being up. All right. Where were we? Yes. Let's finish getting this chest put together here. There you go. John Doe, I said I'm doing an assignment for my class and talking about how model kits helps people out during the whole pandemic. Is it possible to get an interview with you regarding this? Yeah, just send me a message on through my Facebook page would be the best bet for that. Yeah, I'll try to help out. Sure. There's the torso, and then I've also got the backpack parts here, which is later on in the construction, but let's just go ahead and put that together here as well. I don't, I'm sorry, Dianjo, if you're still there. Sorry, I know when I came back on the stream, I was in the middle of saying something. You did another super chat, so thank you again for the super chat, Dianjo. Appreciate that. And also thank you to Yellow. Just got a job, something worth spending my money on. Well, I appreciate that. Congratulations on just getting a job. Hopefully it's something that you enjoy. And if not, hopefully it's something that, you know, works for the time being and you're able to find something that you enjoy a little bit more soon enough. But I appreciate the support. Let's see. Holsley said, I started doing model kits because of PTSD, so it definitely helps. Yeah, man, it's surprising how much I hear something along those lines, helping with PTSD or like addiction recovery, depression, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I've said it many times that I think Gunpla is very meditative, so yeah, it definitely can help with a lot of that kind of stuff. So very cool. Oh, Cayenne. Cayenne, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry if I'm not, but Hello, just switched back to YouTube from Twitch, building the RG Force Impulse while watching What Should I Watch Out For. Well, thank you for the super chat as well there too, Kyan, and sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'm sure I probably am. But what should you watch out for with the RG Force Impulse? Well, I haven't built that kit, so I can't say from experience, but I would imagine it should be pretty alright. You know, with any RG kit, basically, you want to watch out for just any very thin parts, you know, where just the plastic's very thin, and a lot of RG kits have those. I'm not familiar with that kit again, so I don't know how much it's got in the way of that, but anyway, where it's very thin. And also, if you're going to be panel lining the kit, RGs, I've found, because they have a lot of very thin parts, are especially susceptible to breaking because of using like enamel-based panel liners. So if you're going to be panel lining directly on the plastic, I would recommend being super careful with that. You can do it. Extra money for pronouncing it right the first time. Oh, wow. All right, well, I'll give myself a little pat on the back. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Cayenne, is that like a typical or like a more usual kind of name there in Wales? I don't know many people from Wales, so I don't know how common a name that is, but like I have a couple friends from Ireland, and so it was interesting to kind of get to know them and just hearing about different names. Like, you know, I think of Ireland, like Ireland and England, Australia, these countries as being, you know, also native English speaking countries similar to the US. So I think, you know, I should be pretty familiar with the names, but it is kind of interesting that there are quite a lot of quite different and like unusual to me, because they're not usual in America where I'm from, but like unusual sounding names that I wouldn't have guessed. You know, I actually took it from an anime, to be honest. Okay, my family name is Gruffid. Yeah, I'm taking a stab at that pronunciation as well too, Gruffid. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, it's a lot of consonants there, and not many vowels. All right. Anyone else gonna get the P-Bandai crossbone with the shroud? Ah, yeah. How about that? We need an MG Leo, don't you think? Yes, also, hi, hello, and yes, I agree. An MG Leo would be really fun. I think they probably will, at some point, maybe make it a Master Grade Leo kit. We'll see. Close enough, it's Griffith. Okay. Gotcha. Well, as for pronouncing the Cayenne part, I guess I just read it as it would be pronounced like in Japanese, basically. So, seeing as how it's from an anime, I guess that's how I managed to pull it off. DT Warrior, what's going on, man? Hello, as always. I saw you. You said hello during the live chat with Adam last night, I think, as well too. But I usually don't like say hello to people watching live during those videos for the most part. So sorry for not saying hello last night. Let's see. And just by the way, in case any of you guys missed that, I did another one of our bi-weekly live streams with Adam, the USA Gundam Store owner. They're on the USA Gundam TV YouTube channel, in case you guys are not subscribed or following that channel. Go and check it out, because that's where I do my news videos now, and also every 2 weeks do a live stream with Adam and answer your guys' questions and stuff, and it's cool just for you guys to kind of know a bit more about what's going on, kind of like behind the scenes of a Gundam store, what kind of goes on with in terms of like new products coming out and things like that. I think it's interesting information for you guys, so check those out if you aren't watching those live streams. I think they're probably pretty interesting. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the spamming. Axel Kova, stop spamming. that'll be a warning for now. But yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the chat, so I'll see if that continues. Yellow, also thank you for the super chat there. Is there a way to watch Char's counterattack without watching Double Zeta? I've seen Char's counterattack and not finished watching Double Zeta. I actually saw Char's counterattack before I even started watching Double Zeta, so yeah, I think you'd be fine without it. Alright, let's see. Hello chat, Gundam GP, hello. First live stream I've been able to catch. Hello Cernus. Gundam Info on YouTube, you can watch it on YouTube. Is Char's counterattack on Gundam Info page now? I saw F91 they just recently put on there, so I have it pulled up in another tab to watch it, because I've never actually watched F91 yet. So, since they put it up on YouTube, I thought, I better take some time and actually watch that, because I think, even though I'm not really too into the F91 design that much, to be honest, I think I will probably like the anime if I just sit myself down and actually watch it. Because it's like based on what I know of it and just like little clips and things that I've seen along the way, I do like the animation style of it, I think. So I need to just take some time, maybe this weekend or something. I'll take some time and just chill out and watch F91 finally. How much would it take to bribe you into building and reviewing the MG Victory Verka? Well, Forged Horizons, I've got the V2 Assault Buster here in my queue, so it wouldn't take that much. I'm gonna work on that soon enough. I just need to get to that in the queue, but probably within the next 2 weeks, I'm sure I'll get around to building that. So yeah, soon enough. If you want like a review of the original Master Grade Victory Verka, I don't know, I had no real plans for that. Meditations of Sakurelius. Yes, Cloudman. I should do like should put together like a fun book kind of thing. But just like have it just be like all Gundam related, but like a Gunpla book, and have it just be the meditations of Sakurelius. That'd be cool. It's a good idea. Thank you. Cheers. I'll log that idea up there for future reference. Mulambo asking, why do people not like the MG Victory? Because it's just kind of a pain. I don't really know. It's kind of hard to describe, but like in my experience, and I built it ages ago, so I don't remember very much. I built the MG V-Dash a long time ago, and I don't remember it being like a grenade, like stuff falling apart. I just remember it just being just kind of hard. You move stuff around because of the transformation, like as you're moving stuff around, like parts of the frame inside are like coming apart because like how they're meant to for the transformation, but if you're not transforming it, then it's just kind of annoying. So yeah, I don't know. And then when I built the V2 MG kit when that came out, and with that too, I just didn't really enjoy it. I don't know. It was posing the kit was a big pain. It didn't really pose well. I could get, but I know with the V2 Assault Buster kit, there's improvements to the frame on that kit, so that's why I decided to give it another try. If there weren't any new improvements to the frame, I wouldn't have even bothered. But because it's got that, I thought, I'll give it a try. See if it's actually any better or not. Where's the, yeah, okay. Here we are. Our front skirt pieces. Oops. That's the other one. HGCC, let's see. You guys are all off Talking about all kinds of stuff. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but there's a lot going on there, it looks like. I see that you like to customize kits but never add scribe lines. Is there a reason for this? John, there are a couple of reasons to that. The main reason just being that I'm just not very good at that. So obviously, you know, practice makes perfect. I just need to practice more. That's the thing. The other thing too is, I don't know, it's just never really been something that I ever felt like I really wanted to do with my kits. That said, I'm sure like if I practiced more and if I got better at it and I got to be able to do it more easily and comfortably, I'm sure I probably would want to do it more. But I've just never really felt too much that I really wanted to a lot on my kits. Like I was saying earlier when people were asking about if I prefer this or the Supernova kit, and I was saying that I kind of like this version of the kit even though it's kind of like less detailed or whatever. And I kind of like usually Bandai's kits, you know, the level of detail that they put into them. I usually kind of like that and don't really feel like I need to or like I want to add more to it. Man, these little doors here on these front skirts are super loose. If I just lean it forward, they're just like falling open. That's kind of annoying. So if that answer kind of makes sense, that's the main reason, is that I'm just not very good at it. I need more practice. And the other reason is that I just don't really, for the most part, feel that I want to add that type of detail to the designs. But I don't know, in the future you may see me doing more scribing on stuff. Oh, we got some stickers here on the skirt as well too we need to put on. Let's see, for our side skirts though, where's that? There we are. That just goes on there. And that one on there. And that one on there. Sounds like Olive Garden in the stream. Are you making a comment about my music selection? Sorry, I just tried to find some long form free to use music and there wasn't a whole lot of options that I could find. But if you guys ever come across anything you'd like to suggest, basically I need, you know, something kind of simple, jazzy, lo-fi, kind of something like that, and needs to be long in length would be good, so that it's not just like one song repeating over and over again. And then also free to use. So if you come across anything like that, feel free to send it my way. Happy to update the music or change it every now and then for you guys. I know it's always the same, but it's not like I'm streaming every day, so hopefully it'll be alright. And another big thank you to Wholesale for the super chat. Again, hopefully I'm close on that name pronunciation. There you go. Are the nub marks easy to remove on this kit? I got mine sitting not assembled. I'm so tired of removing nubs over and over. I hate the lighter color left over after sanding. Yeah, I found it to be fine. Obviously, I've got a lot of experience, so you know, if you might have a little bit more trouble with that if it's like one of the first kits you're ever building. But yeah, I think over time you just kind of get used to having a good feel for, you know, what's going to cause stress marks in the plastic when you're removing the nubs and stuff. Tay-Tay, what's going on? Hello. Oh yeah, thank you, Rogue, for the reminder about putting the stickers on the skirting. Yes, I would have remembered that eventually, but thank you for the reminder. Let's see. Just all of these here. So it's kind of a shame that they were able to, for the chest, they were able to make that actual separate parts, but then for the other striping bits on the skirts and the shoulders, they're all stickers. Sad. But, hang on a second, let me just get this laid, and for some reason I was having some real trouble getting that into place. Just a reminder to you guys to use this sticker sheet. So like if you're going to be painting the kit, and you know you've got to paint these little sections in the same color. So those chest pieces you can just paint the piece and set it in there, that's fine. But then for this you got to mask this a little bit. And just a reminder that here's your mask already on the sticker sheet, so just use this. Just cut that out, you know, strategically, so that you can then place it over here as the negative of that to use as your mask. So don't toss out your sticker sheets if you're going to be painting. And for stuff like this, obviously, if it's like I don't know, in other cases you probably can throw it out, but check to be sure you can't take advantage of the sticker sheet as a mask or something like that before you throw it out. Kyle, have you seen the Banagher version of the Gundam Mark II? Thoughts on the design? No, I have not. I'm not familiar with that. Maybe send me a link on my Facebook page or something like that? Or just, you don't need to send a link, I guess you can just send the picture. A Banagher version of the Gundam Mark II, that's interesting. That's like way later. Double Zeta is set in UC 8, or Double Zeta. Zeta is set in UC 87, right? I believe that's right. And then Unicorn is in 96, so it's quite a ways after. Does anyone know where to find Advanced Zeta manga in English, if it even exists? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist in actual like a book form in English, but you can find translations of it online, I'm sure. I've seen them around. I don't remember like the name of the website or anything offhand. I think Xeon something, right? What's the name of that? I'm sure one of you guys know. What's the Xeonic something? Let's see here. Xeonic translations, yeah, there you go. Simple as that. Banagher has a Mark II with the beam magnum for some reason. Oh, if the Delta Plus can't fire the beam magnum without breaking its arm, seems strange that the Mark II would be able to. I mean, the Mark II is a proper Gundam, I guess, but it's so old at that point in UC. If it's like 96 or later. I mean, 10 years old doesn't seem that old, but I mean, think about it in the Gundam universe. How much things change quickly over time. Mark II with double arm pirated off a silver bullet. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but sounds interesting though. I'd like to see it, but no, I'm not familiar with that design. I haven't seen it before. John asked, if Trump decides to take a coup, are you going to scratch your plans coming back? Well, I don't think that's likely to happen, but yeah, I don't know. If something dramatic were to happen, then yeah, we would certainly have to reconsider our plans to move back to the US. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't expect that to be a thing, though. The thing we're honestly more concerned about is just, you know, is the state of coronavirus just keeps getting worse there in the US, and I don't know. We're planning to move in the fall of next year, so hopefully by that time it's gone, but yeah. Josh wants to know where I got this flannel. CCS, actually. The skateboard supply company. I've had this shirt for probably 10 years, probably, and still good. I love it. It's great. It's got a little weed pocket in the front, inside the sleeve there, with a little Velcro bit there, so you can store your whatever, but weed, obviously, is like kind of what it's meant for. That's funny. But yeah, it's CCS. Thank you. Patrick, thank you for the super chat there. That RG Hainu looking nice and thick. Yes, agreed. Might be the one I'm most excited about from the Expo announcements. Yeah, it certainly looks very cool. I agree. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, CCS is old school. Yeah, man. I've got a handful of CCS stuff. Man, do you guys remember, if any of you guys were ever on that, but do you guys remember getting the CCS catalogs in the mail? Man, those were the days. That was just great. Seeing all the new boards and all the new merch and everything coming out from all the companies. Good old days. Man. But yeah, I have a handful of like the actual just CCS branded merch as well too, and it's nice. All right, let's see here. Not old enough for that. Where can you get cheap nippers on Amazon Canada? Don't know. If you're just looking for cheap nippers, you probably don't even need to get them online. You can just go into some store, I don't know, like a dollar store or whatever kind of equivalent you have of that. If you can find any sort of like little wire cutters or something like that, those will work. I mean, it's not the best option for you, but if you're just worried about spending as little money as possible, at least for now, just for something to just get you started, then yeah. Did you do the latest episode of Live in the Warehouse yet? I didn't see it up on the USA Gundam channel. Yeah, we did last night, yo. We did that 12 hours ago. Let's see. Wholesale, good night everyone, have an early morning. Well, good night, thanks for coming and hanging out. Thanks for the super chat. Get some rest. Have a good one tomorrow. Go to a makeup store for sanding stuff. Oh yeah, that's also a good point. Do you ever get burned out from building? If so, how do you fix it? No, Chris, to be honest, I really don't. Not really. So I always kind of have a hard time answering that question because I know it does happen to a lot of people, but never really to me, so I don't really know how to answer that because it doesn't really ever bother me. But I think one reason why, if this helps at all, one reason why I don't get burned out, or I don't notice burnout usually, is probably just due to the fact that I have a lot of stuff going on. So like, I'm not always, not constantly working on just one project or something for a long time. Yeah, sorry. So like, I'm building this kit, and like of the other kits that I'm working on, like I've got like 3 like painting projects that I'm like working on right now. So I just kind of like constantly cycling like today I'm working on a painted Ultraman kit that I'm working on, and then also working on the decals on the Bond Dog kit, and then probably next week I'll start painting a Cooster kit. And so like just having a lot of things you can bounce between. If you're just like only working on one thing, then you can, I guess, maybe more easily get burnt out on stuff. But and aside from having multiple kits working on at the same time, I also am obviously doing YouTube as well too. So I think that also helps, that I'm not just building and painting all day, but I'm also, you know, recording the reviews, live streaming, editing videos, putting those up. So like there's a lot of different things that I do. I'm not just only doing one thing all the time, you know. Joe asked, what books do you like? For the most part, I like non-fiction, like philosophy books are usually, honestly, like the thing that I read most commonly. I don't read a lot these days just because I have a hard time making time for that. I wish I would more though, so it's one of those things, you know, exercising, working out, reading, these kind of things that it's hard to make time for, no matter how much you wish you would. But yeah, mostly non-fiction, philosophy stuff, obviously Stoicism being kind of like the main thing that I'm into, but not exclusively. But as far as like stuff that I'm reading, it's usually mostly Stoicism books if it's philosophy stuff. But also, let's see what else. I mean, as far as actual fictional stuff goes, yeah, I don't have a lot of that really that I'm very much into. I loved reading Watership Down. That's when I read that, it immediately became one of my all-time favorite books, and not only because of its relation to Advance of Zeta, or more so Advance of Zeta's relation to Watership Down, it's the other way around, but just really good book as well too. So I really enjoyed that. And what's another one? Little Prince is also another one of my favorite books. Just sort of simple, but just really nice, lovely book to read. Don't really get into like novels and stuff. Watership Down is super dark from what I remember. I mean, I guess it depends on what you're comparing it to, but yeah, it's pretty dark, yeah, for a story about rabbits. Yeah. I started reading Richard Adams' other book, Plague Dogs, which is a story about dogs instead of rabbits, and I haven't finished that, so I need to go back to reading that so I can actually finish that one as well too. I've got Plague Dogs and then his other book, Shardik, which is about a bear. I've not started reading, but I also have that at home. Just not read it yet. Hello from the Bad Day town. Waylon, sorry to hear about the bad day. Hopefully your town is doing better soon. Twisting off polycaps, a safer bet compared to cutting them? Not really. I mean, safe for either way. I mean, I would say either way, there's not really too much risk to it, however you remove your polycaps. But when you're cutting off polycaps, either with a knife or with nippers or something, then you can sometimes maybe accidentally cut off too much of the polycap, and then that would be bad. Whereas the problem sometimes, if you're just twisting the polycaps off like I usually tend to do, I never used to until like someone recommended me to just do that. I always used to just cut them off, and someone's like, why don't you just twist them off? And I realized, oh yeah, you can do that. But so yeah, what happens when you're twisting them off, sometimes you can like twist off a little bit more than you need. Like you'll twist it off and there'll be just like a little bit like extra still sticking off, and that'll make it kind of maybe hard to fit in there. But you'll have to just cut that off. It's easy enough. So Kyle Myrick sent me the link to see the Benagers Mark II. Oh wow. Oh my. Wow. That's Benagers Gundam Mark II, eh? So it's just got the arm of the silver bullet suppressor with like 2 arms strapped together. That's different. Okay. And like a head. That's not like a typical Gundam Mark II head, is it? That's interesting. Screen share it? Okay. Hang on. I'm not like set up for that here, so you have to bear with me a moment. Here you go. You can't see that very well, can you? Hang on. That better? That's pretty wild, isn't it? Look at that arm. It's so weird. The 2 arms just literally strapped together. Pretty wild. Why he's got to insist on using the beam magnum? Why not just use a different gun? But it's cool seeing like an all-white Mark II. It's pretty cool. Comic version. So I wonder what comic is that from? Interesting. Yeah, why the Mark II and why the insistence on using the beam magnum? Oh, Banaji. Yeah, why wouldn't you use the beam magnum at one-shots everything? Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, it's a powerful gun, but I don't know. If you gotta do some janky strapping 2 arms together like that, seems a bit dodgy. All right, back to business. No more fooling around with all that. We've got a kit to build over here. It's more. So how's this vent fit into there? Seems like it just kind of pops into place and just stays in there. All right, fair enough. Then this guy here. That part is supposed to be white, right? Yeah, okay. Just making sure. This kit did have a lot of leftover pieces. So you've got lots of leftovers to play around with this kit, like this runner, which was I think the runner F or something. It's like almost entirely all left over. You only use like a handful of it. So this is like all the missile parts on here. So you got loads of little missiles and all of these like joint cap parts, which these are quite useful. Just like little detail parts. You got some thruster bells over here. So quite a lot of useful scrap parts here on this runner left over. for different custom builds, whatever. No. Get on there, you. Am I putting those parts on backwards or something? Might be. There we go. How do you lose a master grade? Honestly, let's see. Someone lost a master grade? Apartment burned down a few years ago. Oh man, that sucks. Let's see. What non-P-Bandai brand is actually good and friendly with my wallet? Huh? What non-Bandai brand? I don't know. Honestly, my experience with Dragon Momoko kits, the later ones, not the early ones, but the later Dragon Momoko kits, those were pretty good, but they're not around anymore. And I think, as far as I know, the Dragon Momoko kits sell for pretty expensive these days because they're now kind of harder to get a hold of. But I think I saw that like some other company or like some other people were now like reproducing some of the kits again there. So like they got busted and got in trouble for that, but then like okay, well now back to work, back to making some of those. So I don't know, they might not be all that hard to get a hold of after all. But other than that, I don't really know. I couldn't really say. Yeah, and yeah, Nahel is quite right there as well too. Bandai's prices are actually quite fair. Yeah. There's a lot of very good Bandai kits that you can get for not a lot of money. So if money is your concern, you know, there should be plenty of stuff out there for you. Compared to Good Smile stuff, yeah. Let's see what you're talking about. Are you going to enter GBWC next year, Joshua? Probably not. Probably not. Because I will most likely end up being one of the judges for at least one of the legs of the GBWC there in America as well too. Fingers crossed. But I don't think that wouldn't necessarily mean that I can't enter GBWC here in Korea, but probably won't, for the reasons that I explained why I didn't enter this year. Well, and then there ended up not being any GBWC this year anyway, so it worked out. But yeah, as I explained in the past, why I didn't enter this year. How often are you planning on making videos for killing your whips? I enjoyed the first episode. Yeah, Jeremy, well, I've got plenty of whips here to kill, so you know, just as much as I can. The reason why you guys saw that one first, you know, before other ones, is because I already had that review. I already had that like all entirely edited, or not entirely. I already had that all like entirely recorded, so I just had to edit it. But the reason I hadn't uploaded it was because I was planning on doing more, recording more, and finishing the project and having it all out in one long video. But like you guys have seen now, that video is already very long, so I thought, well, I need to just put out what I've already got, and then, you know, I'll finish it and just separate that out into a separate video or something, whatever. So yeah, I'll probably be working on that a little bit more next week. As for other whips to kill in the near future that I might be working on, Yeah, I've got a couple. I'm not sure offhand, but need to do the Trash to Treasure series on the Masquerade GPO2 as well too. Did you see the Shiki Rokaku frame arms girl kit coming out? Naoki is listed as one of the sculptors. Yes, I did see that. I'm not sure if I like it or not really though, to be honest. Like, I want to check it out and like I want to support Naoki. Yeah, I know it's Naoki's design. I don't know if he's one of the sculptors. Maybe he did like the initial scratch build of it, basically. So he does that. But yeah, it's like his design as far as I know. So yeah, I don't know if I really like it that much though. But I think it could just be like the colors as well too. I think if I were to get it like in hand and like customize it or something a little bit and change up the colors, I think I'll probably like the design a lot more. But just as it is, I am not really too super into it, you know. Love Naoki's work most of the time, but not really into some of his designs, to be honest. Like the Hyakushiki Crash, the black one, that was Naoki's design as far as I remember, right? Naoki's Blue Destiny kits, yes, very nice. Hey, what's going on, Alex? Good morning, dude. People probably scalping Westerners too, impatient to wait longer for the heavy arms. Ew. Lack of weapons, kind of disappointing. What are you guys talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Let's get this other leg built up. So the cool thing about building these different EW wing kits is that, yes, the construction is very similar. So building the Death Scythe and then the Ultron and now this, I'm kind of very comfortable with a lot of the, well, just a lot of how the kit goes together. Mostly the frame. Obviously the exterior armor is all quite different, but the frame is very familiar at this point. The Fenicia Rinashita Alba is a little bit different, but it does still share a good amount of like some of those same parts. Let's see this part here on the back. Hey, what's going on, Ian? I appreciate the super chat. What are your thoughts on the Asuka Labo? I want it, but it looks like something we need to hide from friends and family. I think that it looks great. I don't share your concern about having to hide it from friends and family, though. I'm pretty comfortable with, you know, being interested in stuff like that. My wife had to help me to put in my pre-order for that because I pre-ordered it through the Bandai Mall, Bandai's official website here in Korea. So she actually helped me to pre-order it. So yeah, I think it looks cool. It looks great. The Labo kits in the past, I mean, if you guys have seen any of my reviews of the past Labo kits, you know that I really like them. They're great because they're really perfect for someone like me who generally likes like the look of like the PVC kind of resin, or not resin, but like resin too, but the PVC like different anime figures like Mega House and whatever, these different companies, Good Smile Company, they all make them. All of these different figures that you can buy, but I just don't like how expensive they are, and I don't like that it's just something that you're not actually building yourself. You just get it and take it out the box, or not, or just keep it on the shelf, and that's all. I like actually being able to build something. So it's great. You get to build something, and it's a cool anime character figure. Even though like I built the Miku one, I really enjoyed that. I don't really like Miku at all. I don't care about Miku at all, but I really enjoyed the kit. And the same thing with the Love Live girl. What's her name? The Love Live girl kit as well too. Don't care at all about Love Live, but it's just a fun, interesting kit. So I mean, if you guys are at all ever interested in any of the Figurized Labo kits, I would highly recommend. Even though they're a little bit expensive, they're still cheaper than just their figure counterparts. So it's cheaper than like just buying an actual like PVC figure for like $100 or more. So yeah, I would recommend checking the line out if you never have. You know, cost a little bit, but I think you'll find them to be worth the money. In my opinion, they're very cool. Luke, how's the build going? Zach, can you do a backflip? No, Alex, I can't do a backflip, not even on a trampoline or a diving board or anything like that. I can't. Granted, I've never really put much effort into it, but into trying one, but I can do a front flip on a trampoline or off a diving board, not just like standing. Luke, how's the build going? The build is going well, thank you. We're kind of more than halfway done, I guess, at this point. As you can see, I guess. Oops, that piece flew way over there. You guys are so good with names. Wait, thinking about getting the Astray Red Frame RG. Is it any good? Yes. Siri. Flare Nub. Yes. The Astray Red Frame RG is good, yeah. I could recommend that. I'm sure Labo of Pelu with clones will sell out fast, dude. Fingers crossed that they would someday make that. That's right, yeah, okay. Yeah, hopefully they do another Gundam character in that line in the future. But as long as they're continuing the line in general, then I'll be happy. Let's see. Huh? Is that right? That doesn't seem right. Huh? I think I made a mistake. Oh no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I? I did, didn't I? What the? Huh? What the? How did that happen? Wait a minute. What? Oh. I think for some reason I just put these parts in backwards or something. Alright, any good, decent is like, let's see. Heavyarms, EW Heavyarms was one of the best kits, more challenging to build when it came out years ago. I'm not personally finding it to be challenging at all, but it's very good so far, yeah, I would say, yeah. Oops. That's also not right. Let's see. Currently building the RG Australia frame. It's really good. Okay, Sketchin confirms it there for you guys. Let's see, Doctor. What's the doctor got to say? We need a Bolanox Saman now that there's Bondog. Yeah, that's kind of like one of the few like Zeta mobile suits that they've not yet gotten around to, and I can understand why, because it's such a ugly, goofy looking mobile suit that it's probably not going to sell very well as a kit, but you know, they kind of have to get to it eventually, you would imagine, right? If they've done stuff like the what's the other one, the Masala, Palace Athene, that's been out forever. I mean, that's like one of the first HGUC kits, but they've done all these other different ones from Gundam Zeta, so yeah, gotta make a Bolanox Saman at some point. Alright, there we go. Plenty of missiles. But let's get some actual arms built for this heavy arms. I'd be down for a new Serpent kit? Yeah, D'Angelo, I agree with you there. I would love to get a master grade Serpent custom. It'd be very cool. An HG, a newer HGUC kit would be great as well too. Not HGUC, HGAC. Let's see. A lot of little parts here for the arms. Kaden asked, HLJ or USA Gundam? Well, obviously I'll be a little bit biased. I would recommend USA Gundam Store, of course. But it also basically kind of comes down to how patient or impatient maybe you are. I would say support a local company. If you're in the US, support a local company and support USA Gundam Store. Like the wait time for like when new kits come out, obviously when kits come out at HLJ, they get them, or they already have them like on release day, and you can usually send it out. You can get it shipped out on release day. So probably in most cases, you would be able to get your kits maybe slightly faster through HLJ, but it depends on the kit. Like with the new Wing Verka coming out, as Adam was telling us on the stream last night, Bandai is making sure to get those kits to him there at USA Gundam Store, like to have basically like on release day. So for that kit, like the wait time would be kind of not really any different between the two, and actually probably faster if you're ordering it from USA Gundam Store as opposed to getting it from Japan. So kind of depends on the kit. That's not always the case, but you know, anytime where that is the case, you would be getting it faster from USA Gundam. Otherwise, it might be faster to get it from Japan, but you know, obviously you're paying more for shipping, but just kind of depends. Depends. You know, the base price of the kit will be cheaper, but the shipping will be more expensive, basically. But the price of the kit should be relatively similar. And yes, USA Gundam gives you a sticker as well too. That's true. With the recent announcements, was there anything you were disappointed not to get announced? John, that's an interesting question. What was I disappointed to not see from all the announcements? I was disappointed to not see any news on a new RE100 kit. We're getting the Calamity, which is kind of for all intents and purposes, basically an RE100 kit, but a proper like UC era RE100 kit would have been nice. Let's see. It feels when no new HT Kapul. Yeah. Mulambo, yes, I agree. That's another one that is a little confusing. After making the Momoko pool, why they've not... I mean, based on like looking at the runners of the Momoko pool, it's obvious that they've got plans for an HG Kapul. It's just a question of when are they ever going to actually produce that, you know? That's the question. With everything going on this year, though, I think because of Corona, that's, you know, obviously kind of put a hamper on kind of everything. So, you know, I don't know if that's affecting that particular release. Probably not necessarily, but it's just kind of in general a lot of stuff in like production or planning of new kits. I'm sure a lot of that has kind of been slowed down, or like because that kit wouldn't necessarily be like a big production, like producing an entirely new kit like the Death Scythe TV version HG kit or something like that, for example, where they have to do all the development of that. With the Kapul, you know, we can assume they probably already have the plans all for that. They just need to produce it. So it's very possible that production is just not a high enough priority for them. With everything going on, they're very limited in what they can do at the moment. So, you know, they've got to be like planned strategically, if that's making sense at all. Trying to figure out which one's right here. An MG X Divider is one of my Holy Grail kits. Yeah, MG X Divider, that's another one you kind of wonder about. Where is that kit? There's that. Let's see, will we ever see a MG Age 3 and Age FX? Yep, I have a feeling probably not on those, unfortunately. I think if Bandai was going to produce those kits, I mean, they would have already done it. We obviously know they already had plans for them, but just never went through with the production. So seems like if they were ever going to, the time is probably coming past. But who knows, hey? Could be surprised. Just because like the main like hype of the series is already come and gone. Like obviously Age is like it's not relevant really these days. But that doesn't mean that they won't make any new Age kits, right? So like Iron Blooded Orphans is done, but they're still making new HG Iron Blooded Orphans kits. A little bit different because Age has been done for a long time at this point, but you get what I mean. Like just because the series is done and like not still like on at the moment doesn't mean they won't make kits. So we'll just have to wait and see. So let's see. This is number 6, 7, 8. All right. some stickers here for this lining bits on the front and back of the shoulders. Akner said, I absolutely loved your Hajiroboshi modding video. It completely demystifies a lot of the process for me. Are you planning on making longer videos like those? Probably not. I don't like to make like work in progress videos that are that long, because I know a lot of people, well, I did get a lot of comments from people saying that they liked the long format. I know generally people don't usually like to see videos that long, so I usually won't do them that long, but I mean it'll be the same content, just broken up over more videos. But yeah, I mean it's typical kind of like work in progress video like I usually make, just that one was particularly longer than others, but the actual content is the same, just usually I would have broken it up into more than one video. So yeah, you'll see plenty more of that content. Just not quite so long. Don't they have age kits for build divers? Any build divers kits related to Gundam Age? Nothing that comes to mind. There's Age 2 Magnum and the Tri-Age Magnum. Yes, so yeah, there's a couple, I guess. That's kind of the only one that I can think of though at the moment. I don't think there was any of the other ones. I think, like, in the series, there are probably other like cameos from other different Age mobile suits, but as far as what's been produced as kits, I think just the Age 2 Magnum is the only real one that really comes to mind. Yeah, bad guy Age bad guy suits and build divers. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I think like the Danzanine, I want to say something like that. I can't remember the name of it. The dinosaur-looking one, Damascene. Anyway, I remember seeing that one in like a clip from Gundam Build Divers. Oh, the Gira Girara? Yeah, that's another one. Was that was Build Divers? Yeah, hey. That's true. Let's see. Alright. Shoot. Every time building these arms on all the kits, I've always had a little bit of trouble with this part because of this polycap. You've got to put the parts on just right to make it so that polycap doesn't get kind of messed up in there. It's always kind of sketchy. Damn. It would help if I was not doing it backwards. That tends to happen every time as well too, so I just need to pay attention to what I'm doing. There we go. And this one like so. This one like so. Get on there. Come on. Hey, come on. How could you do this? Oof, there we are. And this one over the top of that. Got these little tiny guys on there for some, oops. Very nice color separation here for these. little parts, just don't lose that. This part to the front. And our hand. And we're good. Heavyarms Custom here, another one of those kits where the back of the hand cover is gray. When I'm painting my kits, I never leave the hand cover the same color as like the actual hand, like the manipulators. What about you guys? It just looks weird. I just feel like I have to paint that the hand cover. I have to paint that in like the same color as the armor or something like that. It seems so strange to leave that as the same color as the hand. If you guys notice, on my resin God Gundam kit that I painted not too long ago, I did that, and that God Gundam also is typically shown with just a gray hand cover. But I just can't do that. It looks like it's a piece of armor on the back of the hand, right? So it should be painted like the rest of the armor on the rest of the kit. Yeah. I'm glad you guys all seem to be in agreement on that then. Alright. I don't pay anything right now. Well, yeah. If you look up canceled Gunplay, you'd be amazed at what they had plans for. There's an entire Shuffle Alliance, and Noble Gundam were intended to also be released as master grades. Ah, yeah. That's going way back. But, yeah, that's true. Where's the other piece for the elbow joint? Hiding out here. There you are. Also intended for a Zaku tank as an MG release. Really? I've not ever seen that. It's pretty wild. Lack of G Gundam releases is almost criminal. Yeah, Tay-Tay, I totally agree. We need some more G Gundam releases. That's for sure. Done with that Polycap sheet. Here, that one there, one there. The shoulder on this kit, the shoulder is the part that I kind of have to really pay a lot more attention to in order to put that together, because kind of very specific how the different missile parts and everything, all that fits together. So The rest of the arm here are very simple enough, so I'm just kind of putting this together here first, and then we'll come back to the shoulder. So there's that. And let's see, this one would be for the back, so this one went onto here. It's kind of going from memory. Hopefully I don't mess anything up, but I think I'll figure it out all right. That goes there on the back. Whereas on the front, this part needs to go in here first. How did that go on there? It'd be the other way around. Like that. Then, oh, maybe I'm wrong on that. Okay, hang on. Oh, let's see. Oops, oops, oops. Alright, get out of there. So what's going on with you guys? You good? Not seeing my name tagged in the comments, so I'm guessing no one's asking a question or anything towards me that I'm missing out on. But just a reminder, if you want to ask any questions or something, tag me so that I can pick that out in the chat. I end up bending one of my pegs inside here a little bit, so be a little bit careful with that. Talking about master grades, eh? Did you ever end up kit bashing the Roe with the Hakuren? I really like the idea of that. No, I did not. Oh, speaking of killing the whips, that's another whip. Hang on, I'll pull that out and show you guys here in just a second. That's another whip that I need to work on, actually. Not that particular one, but a different HD IBO kit that I started working on, and I just need to finish that. Right arm, left arm. Make sure I'm putting these in the right way. Just a second. Right. It's like, okay, this part needs to clip onto where again? There we go. Need to put that part on there first. There we go. Then I'll put it on there. And then put it on there like that. Bing, bang, boom. Man, I've not seen Anchorman in forever. I've seen it so many times in my life. Kind of just never needed to watch it again, but now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of want to watch it again. This work in progress here is one that I started working on and need to get around to finishing. It is the Barbatos 6th form, and I did a little bit of customization on this. So yeah, I should get around to finishing that. Yeah, it's like kind of already like most of the customization is done. It's very like minimal, minor customization on it, but some other ones here on my whips, I'll have to kill that one soon. Yeah. Would you ever review some old Gunpla kits? Yuri, yes. From time to time I do, and if something comes up, and especially if it's like for a project that I'm working on or something, I will, but it won't become like something I'm gonna do regularly, like Throwback Thursday or something like that, doing some old kits. But you'll see them just from time to time. I already spent thousands at USA Gundam Store using the Zaku Release 10 code. Now I'm broke. Well, Nishida, I appreciate your support there. And just to put this out, well, let me just I can see there's some other questions here. I'll get through these and then I'll make a note about that. Luke said, hey, was wondering, do you plan on trying to get the Supernova version of the Heavyarms? No. And plan to do a comparison with them? No, I don't. I won't. Sorry. I'm sure other channels have already done that if you're interested. I'll just be focusing on this one. Therion asks, is black or gray better for white panel lining? Gray, definitely. I've been using black, but wonder if I make any difference. Yes, gray, in my opinion, and in most people's general opinion, I think gray looks better on black, unless it's certain circumstances. But typically gray on white plastic, yes, on white armor. Clifford said, do you think that Bandai will continue making MG versions of other 00 suits? Oh, my Arios and Harut. I would say probably not right now. I think after the Virtue, if they do continue, basically they've been like one a year, the Dynamax, the Curios, and then the Virtue. And then if they do continue to make one in 2021, 2022, I guess it would be, it may be like a 2.0 Exia kit, possibly, but I don't think that they're going to go into the Season 2 lead mobile suits right away. In the future, I think it's very possible we could get master grades of those as well too, but I would be very surprised if they do that right away. So I wouldn't hold my breath on that. I could definitely be wrong, but let's see. Zach, is the new Gundam good MG? JD, yes. I've never built it, but as far as I've heard, everyone says it's great. So yes, the new Gundam, the new Verka, I should say, not the old one. What's the best goof a girl can get? To answer your question about what's the best goof, the Goof Revive kit is amazing. The Goof Custom HGUC kit is also amazing. So either one of those would be great. They're different kits. They're not based off the same kit, actually. The Goof Revive is entirely new. So either one of those would be good. Personally, I prefer the Goof Custom, but the original regular Goof Revive kit is also a very good kit, objectively. Just a note too, I wanted to mention this. For regarding if you guys shop at USA Gundam Store, thank you for that. Thanks for the support. If you shop there and you use my coupon code, I don't get any kickbacks from you guys using my coupon code. So just a heads up on that. It's not like every time you use my coupon code, I get like a certain percentage of that sales or anything. It's not like that. It's just something for you guys to take advantage of to help get you, some money off. That was something that Adam offered to you guys. So no. Basically, it does, there at USA Gundam Store, Adam and the rest of the sales team, if they keep seeing loads of people using that code, then that means that there's a lot of people watching my videos, and, that's good. So it's kind of reaffirming for them that it's good to keep me on staff. Which is good if they know that like they're getting a lot of traffic to the website from people who are viewers of my content, then it's good for them to keep continuing to support my content. So I mean, it's good for me in that way, but basically it's just there for you guys. If that makes sense. But either way, I think I'm pretty safe. Is it a good idea to pass wires through the HG Lupus Rex's fingers to make them posable? Kotaro, that could work. Yeah, sure. I'm not sure if I've ever heard of people customizing, like making articulated fingers by using wires inside, but it makes sense, I guess. Sure, why not? Let's see here. Trying not to miss any of these mentions from you guys, sorry. The Cooler Rats said, do you have a favorite set of wings? Oh, offhand, no. I'd have to think about that some more. Yukimabi said, if I send you a resin model, would you be brave enough to try building it? Well, I don't know. It depends on the model. I mean, it had to be something that I would want to and be able to fit into my schedule. Like I have kind of a lot of stuff going on, so if it's something that I was really interested in building, and if it was like for a commission or something, then maybe. you can send me a message on that. Message me on my Facebook page if you're interested in actually hashing that out. I can't guarantee that I will agree to do it, but at least you can talk to me more about that. Did you customize your GP01S or no? No, I have not, Brian. I've not customized any GP kits other than the GP04, GP03, GP03, the Gerbera, the RE kit, GP04, yeah, GP04, Gerbera, and I didn't customize that actually. I just repainted it. I changed the color slightly, but that's all. Let's see. James Haley asked, because there are supposed to be 72 Gundams in IBO, have you ever considered doing your own custom Gundam to fill in the numbers? No, I've never really thought about that, because usually I don't really care too much about canon stuff. Like, usually, I mean, I guess when I make custom builds, I try to think about how they will fit into the canon. So, like, for example, the Messer that I built recently, I customized that basically by just giving it kind of different weapons. I did kind of have, you know, and this is the same like most of the time when doing any custom kits, I do try to imagine it like in canon. So I wouldn't have like my HG Messer kit and give it like a weapon, bashing it with like giving it a weapon from Gundam 00 or something like that across an entirely different universe where like the technology of the weapon is entirely different. Usually I don't do that. So I do like to consider the canon and like how my custom build would fit into the canon of the universe. But for like Gundam IBO, I mean, I guess I could think if I was doing like a custom build, like how this could be one of the other 72 Gundams. But no, I hadn't really thought of that before. But yeah, I guess if I was doing a custom IBO kit, I could consider that. Yeah. Austin said, what is the benefit of clipping all the parts before you start building? I've been clipping as I go. I find it saves time, if that's something you're concerned about, rather than going back and forth, cutting all the parts off the runners, then, or just like for this one particular step, cutting like 5 or 6 pieces, you know, working on those, removing the nubs, building that little section, then going back to your parts, cutting more pieces, removing the nubs, putting that together, then going back to the runners, cutting more pieces, and just continuing to cycle through that, building, you know, each individual section at a time and cutting the parts for just one section at a time. It takes more time going back and forth. If you just do it all at once, I find it saves you time, and you have like something like this to keep them separated. It's like your torso parts here, your waist parts here, arm, leg, head, like that. I find that to save time for me. Just cut out all the parts at once. Just keep them separated by section. So yeah, I mean, give it a try if you want. Boom Cannon said, I saw that your Hajiraboshi review, to use top coat to tighten up the joints. I don't have top coat. Will paint suffice? Yeah, any paint, nail polish, glue. You can use just like Elmer's glue on that. Just make sure whatever you're putting on the joint is totally dry first before you put the parts back together, of course. Let's see, Yuri said, oh no, I lost it in the chat. Hang on, sorry. Let's see here. Yuri said, do you think that Bandai will do RG kits of the IBO line? I don't know. It's very possible. I didn't expect that they were going to make a Master Grade Barbatos as soon as they did, and I was very wrong on that one. After they made the 1/100 scale IBO kits, I thought, well, if they're ever going to make MGs, it's not going to be anytime soon, because they've already got this line of 1/100 scale kits that they put out with like the full inner frame, so what's an MG going to do? And then I was proven wrong by them releasing an MG very shortly after that. So I would have the same thing to say basically about the RG line. Like, there's already loads of HGs with like almost full inner frames, and so yeah, an RG would be more detailed and all that, and probably have a more complex frame, of course. I don't know if that's probably something that would be very high on Bandai's to-do list, but who knows, maybe it is. What's your favorite HGIBO kit? Kors asked. My favorite HGIBO kit. Some that immediately come to mind would be the Grimgird. I liked that one. I don't really like its weapons very much, just the mobile suit design itself I really like. the Greys and kind of every version of the Greys. The Helmut Rankar as well too was a really cool one. I liked that. The Vidara is a lot of fun just because it has so many different gimmicks and everything. I think I like the 1/100 scale version more though, but Joshua asks, what camera do you use for film kits? For just my reviews, I have a Canon 70D, but I kind of am not super happy with it, actually, to be honest. I kind of want, I mean, it's a great camera, of course, but I kind of want to change it for, I want to get a mirrorless camera. So hopefully maybe sometime in the near future I'll upgrade that. Get some, hopefully a little bit better looking video. I mean, I know the quality is pretty good, but are the stickers for the small notches in the front, the shoulders, I forgot the parts design or not, are there stickers? Yeah, Kyle asking about the stickers, yeah. The only pieces that are actual light blue parts are the ones on the chest. On the shoulders and on the front skirts and back skirts, those are all just little stripe stickers there. Xander asked opinions on the Alexander from Code Geass, if you know what that is. No, I'm not familiar with that, sorry. Carlos says, speaking of hands, I think you like fixed pose hands. What is your least favorite hands? Yeah, I prefer fixed pose hands. I don't like fully articulated hands. Yeah. That's all. Would you consider the Rodham's GP03? No, not really. I don't really like the look of it, and I'm just not really interested in that. I passed on that one. Yuki Mabi said resin model was a GM Spartan conversion kit for the Gym Sniper 2. Yuki Mabi, is that the Simp kit? Because interestingly, not that kit, but June at Simp is sending me a different conversion kit, not for the Gym Spartan, but for the Gym, what's that, the Blazing Shadows version, Gym Sniper 2. I don't know if he's sent that out yet, if that's in the mail or if that's still getting prepared to send out, but he did tell me that he was going to send me that kit to check out. So similar resin kit I will hopefully be checking out sometime in the near future. Although I've got to, where's my Gym Sniper 2? I do still have my Master Grade Gym Sniper 2 kit around somewhere. It's packed in a box. I have to pull that out to work on that. But Joe said, do you have a, lost in the chat again, hang on. I'm gonna have to take a break from the chat here in a minute to work some more on the build, but try to get through some more of these. Joe said, do you have a Wing Proto Zero review? If not, can you? Yes, I have not yet reviewed that kit. I would like to build it. That's another one where I've always thought the kit looks great. I've just never actually bought one. So yeah, someday I'm sure I will probably review that kit. I can't say that it'll be anytime soon though. Sorry, but the Proto Zero, yeah, it looks nice. I do really like the look of it. Boom Cannon says, so speaking of non-Gundam kits, the Kamen Rider Hibiki kit has a polarizing effect on the body. Do you want to see more polarized effect Gunpla? I assume you mean like a kind of like a half and half, two-face kind of thing on Gunpla. I don't know. I would say probably not. I mean, if it's done in a really cool way, maybe, but probably not that interested. Spidey over there on Twitch said, Proto Zero is a decent kit. Looks good. Well, there you go. I mean, as far as I can tell, it looks great. Better than decent, I would guess. But again, I've not built it. I can't say for sure, but it looks really nice. Oh no. Let's see. I lost the chat there entirely. Go back to that, please. Hang on. But Magus on Twitch said Pro Zero is super nice, so there you go. Slightly different opinions, but generally it's good. I think everyone could agree. It's definitely not a bad kit. I believe you said you weren't much of a Wing fan before. Are you more of a classic UC guy? No, it's just that I'm not a very big fan of the original TV version Wing Gundam design. Not like Wing as a series, I mean like Wing as the Wing Gundam, the TV version, the one that's getting made as a RG kit in the near future. But I do like the look of the RG kit. But generally that version of the Wing Gundam I don't really like. But yeah, mostly I would say, yeah, I do like UC designs most out of all different Gundam series. Yes, I'm probably more partial to UC stuff, but certainly not exclusively. You know, I build a lot of different stuff. Let's see here. I think I may missed a couple. Risk Breaker, do you prefer to use gray or dark gray panel lining on white parts? Just regular gray probably would be fine. You probably don't need dark gray. But either way, as long as it's not black, it's gonna look better than black. Hero didn't like that wing design since he was trying to blow it up half the time. Yeah, there you go. Even he didn't really like it. John said, any plans for the wing Verka on customization and paint scheme? Yes, John, I do plan on custom painting the wing, but I don't plan on making any customization to the actual design. I may get rid of the little hook on the inside of the wings for holding the folded up Buster rifles. I may get rid of that if I can. I'm not sure about that. We'll see. Once I actually get the kit in hand, I'll be able to tell if there's anything more I want to do to it, but I'm not expecting to really do much in the way of customization on that, just custom painting. And even the custom painting will not be super custom, it'll be just like a little bit different from the original color scheme. Kotaro said, if an MG Lupus Rex is planned, would it be its own kit or would it be P-Bandai? I would imagine it would probably be a standard release, probably not P-Bandai for something like that. Pluvsutra said, do you always test build your kit first when you plan on painting it? Yes, almost always. Build it first so you can get a good sense of the kit and everything, get familiar with the kit, then disassemble it and paint it. Definitely. Okay. Let's see, Mulambo said, any plans to review the amplified Mugendraman? No, I don't think so. Probably not. Not a big Digimon fan. I really enjoyed the amplified War Greymon kit, but not really too interested in any of the other ones that have come out so far, or that new one that's coming out. The Verka kit, let's see, just going back to Twitch here. Milky said the Verka will give them an excuse to make more Dreiswörg P-Bandai kits. Yes, I do expect probably we'll see a option parts set for the Dreiswörg rifle parts. Exactly how that'll be coming out, I'm not sure, because it seems like for Master Raid, that's going to be kind of too big to do as a P-Bandai, or as a magazine pack-in. Could be, but they kind of don't really do that much these days anymore, with the Dengeki hobby going to all digital, not having a physical magazines anymore. They'd have to put it out with like Gundam Ace or something, I guess, but it's possible. More likely that'll probably be like a full version of the kit that they'll just put out as like a P-Bandai version of the Wing Verka that also includes the Dreiswörg parts or something like that as well too. Because it's like kind of too big to be a magazine pack-in, but too small to be sold as it's a separate part set on its own for just the weapons, I think. Could be wrong. How would you recommend starting up with doing commissions? Mike, I've done a FAQ video about commissions. I would recommend going back and checking that out. I talked a lot about that. But generally, if you want to get into doing commissions, you know, the main thing is just charge a fair amount. Don't undersell yourself, because you know, charge what you think is fair. And if the buyer doesn't want to pay that, then don't do it. And also, make sure you at least get some of the money up front. At least what I do when I've done commissions in the past is what I require up front is just the cost of the kit is all that I require to start the commission, because that way, if the buyer pulls out or something like that, or if the client for some reason wants to cancel their commission or whatever, at least I don't lose any money on the cost of the kit, and then I can just sell the kit to someone else once it's done. So if they end up, for whatever, that's never happened yet, but you know, in the case where they, well, actually it did happen with the MG Dom that was supposed to be for a commission, and then that person just kind of ghosted me, I guess, as far as I can remember. It's been a while. But yeah, just make sure you get the cost of the kit at least, and then if at some point during the process your client backs out, you just sell the kit to someone else, if you can. Jack said, what's your favorite Gundam Wing mobile suit? That's a tough one. I really like the Mercurius and the V8. Are both really cool. I really like the Epion as well too. That's another MG that I've never gotten though before. As much as I like the Epion's design, never gotten around to ever buying and building that MG. I mean, like the Ultron, the Endless Waltz Ultron Gundam is a design that I really love. I mean, I just built the kit and just reviewed it. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's like one of my favorite kits, but I really like the design. I really like the design of like the Serpent Custom as well too. A lot of the grunts in Wing I really like. What type of top coat and gloss clear coat do you prefer to use? Risk Breaker, sorry. Top coat and gloss clear coats. For just like gloss clear coating, like not as like a final top coat, but just as like between layers. I usually just use Pledge Future. Like, and I know some people don't agree with using that, but I've never had any problem with it. I think it's fine as far as my experience goes with it. It's easy to use, obviously it's dirt cheap, so just been sticking with that for just like a gloss coat to do like before panel lining, basically, before panel lining and decals. For like my final top coat, I usually always use Mr. Color, I think it's number 182, flat clear, just through the airbrush. It's just a clear paint, basically, but it's flat clear. Yuri said, what is your introduction to Gunpla and what is your first kit? My first kit was the 1/100 scale HG Shenlong, and it's also related to my introduction to Gunpla. I got introduced to Gundam through Toonami back in the day on Cartoon Network. Let's see, Milky on Twitch asks, are you looking forward to the Mark V? Silver Bullet was one of your favorite designs, right? Yes, the Silver Bullet, not necessarily one of my favorite designs. I do really like the design, but it's one of my favorite HG kits. It's just very cool kit. Not necessarily one of my favorite just designs in the Gundam multiverse in general. But yeah, of course, I'm very much looking forward to the Mark V. I don't necessarily think that it means we will definitely get a Silver Bullet and or Dovin Wolf MG kit. It's possible, and now it's more possible than before, but I still think it's probably still a long ways off. I'm not holding my breath on that, not putting any money down on that happening anytime soon. Is there a Hero asks, is there a difference between this? Is there a difference in this between the OG? I think you mean, is there a difference between this and the regular Heavyarms EW? Yes, there is. Do you recommend the HDR 79 parachute pack? It's a relatively recent kit, and yes, it's P-Bandai by Avasol. Yes, Pigeon Dairy. Yes, it was a really cool kit. Yeah, if you can get it for a good price, then yeah, the parachute pack was a nice set there. If you're a 8th MS Team fan, yeah. Spirit Realm said, what mobile suit would you like to see in RG form? What's just something that comes to mind? RG Gelgoog, we'll say. That's something that comes to mind that would be fun. When is the next Marcosius Whipsack? I'm not sure. Hopefully we'll be able to work a little bit more on that maybe next week. Nishida said, what mobile suit would you like to see? Okay, in RG form, I just saw that. Okay. Have you built any of the non-grade 100 scale Seed Sea Destiny kits? Yes, I have built a couple of them back in the day. I built the Providence and I think the Infinite Justice, I want to say. I think only those two, maybe. And generally, they're pretty good. I think the 100 scale Seed kits are not that bad. Maybe better than the HD kits. A lot of the Seed HD kits are pretty ugly. Can you build that head? Yeah, Cho. Yes, I'll get around to building the head here in just a minute. I'm trying to just make sure I'm answering people's questions in the chat. But yeah, I need to finish up building this guy. Speedball Haro said, do you think that the Zero Verka will get a P-Bandai variants? Probably. Like I said, I think it's very likely we might get a variant of it to come out with the Dreiswig parts, and like maybe the colors and the markings will be a little slightly different or something like that. Whip of the HGUC XS Gundam, is there any plans? Yes, my plans for that, in case you guys don't remember, that's an old whip idea that is not really even started, so it's not really a whip to kill, it's more of a whip to kind of needs to be raised and then killed. I don't know. But yeah, in case you guys don't remember, my idea for the HGUC XS Gundam, why that's here on the whip shelf, is because what I wanted to do is to put an frame arms architect frame into that to give it an inner frame, to give it a much better articulation and proportions. So I want to basically put in an inner frame into that and alter the proportions a little bit. That's my plans for that. So yeah, still looking forward to working on that project as well too someday. Wouldn't be surprised if they make a Snow White out of the new Wing Zero. Yes, that's also, I think, maybe possible. Magus. What's your favorite Tallgeese design? It's the Tallgeese one. It's a little bit vanilla. So I mean, the Tallgeese 2, I like it. That's got a little bit more blue on there. It's kind of nice, rather than just being all white. The Tallgeese 3, though, of course, is very cool as well too. So probably the Tallgeese 3, I guess. All right. Let's see. This basically just turned into a Q&A session, so sorry guys, we'll get around to finishing the kit soon enough, but you guys are enjoying asking questions, so I want to give some proper time to answer your questions. I've got this kit coming as a Christmas present for myself, and it'll be my first MG. Pretty excited. Well, Pyronic EX, you'll enjoy it. It's a nice kit. Lachlan said, could you build the head? Yes, I will. Sorry. I'm fine with... Nishida said he's fine with me taking all day. Well, I appreciate it. What kit deserves a redesign? Well, the Master Grade GPO 10203, all those kits could use 2.0s as redesigned, kind of modernized versions of those. There's no precedent for this, but do you think the new Wing EW kit Verka could spark a line of Wing 2.0s? No, I don't think so. Probably not Tanguin, because most of the Master Grade Wing kits are pretty recent, so there wouldn't really be any need to do 2.0s of any of them, really. If they were to do any more new Wing kits aside from the Wing Verka that's coming out, then probably, if I had to guess, what it would maybe be like a Master Grade Leo, or I don't know, Master Grade Ares. Seems not likely, but something along those lines. Or like what they're doing with the Calamity Gundam, just coming out as basically an RE, but they're not calling it an RE, they're just calling it a 1/100 scale Seed non-grade kit. They could do something like that, make a 1/100 scale Seed or a Wing non-grade kit, because that line also does exist. Nishida, thank you for the super chat, and I am building the head now. Sorry for the wait, but yeah. They could do like a 1/100 scale Wing kit of like the Ares or like the Tauros or something like that, or the Virgo, So it's not a full-on MG with a full-on inner frame and everything, but it's just a 100 scale non-graded kit. Basically an RE, just without the RE title on it because it's not a UC era suit. I think that could happen. Now that the Calamity is coming out in that way, it makes me think that they could do that same kind of thing for other universes as well too. So we'll have to see. Would be cool though if they did end up doing something like that, so fingers crossed. Nishida, man, I appreciate the support. Thank you very much for the super chat there, and you're welcome. Thank you for your patience there. Like I said, I don't mind these videos. You know, it's not only a time to just build the kit, right, for you guys to watching build the kit, but it's just a time to hang out, and so I enjoy answering your guys' questions and stuff as well too. It gives me something to talk about rather than just building silently. But yes, yeah, it's my hangout time with you guys. But yes, it's true, we do need to press on with the build, of course, so I'm gonna put these other stickers on here. The head cameras. How to make Gunpla without being able to show them due to lack of space. Just build it and just put it back in the box, like I do, I guess. Oh, the Heavyarms custom has Vulcans on like the bottom of the head. I don't know if I've ever noticed that about the design. It's kind of interesting. Ear bits here. Gotta be really careful with those little antenna pieces. Seem like those could very easily snap off if they got caught on something. And I kind of like how the V-fin has one solid just bit of yellow as well too. Rather than usually the V-fin, of course, like the centerpiece will be red or something, but it's kind of unique that it's just all yellow. There you go. As far as I can remember, right, it's not supposed to be some other color. Yeah, it's just supposed to be all yellow. So there's that, and the little mask, I guess, just fits in just like tucking this little tiny bit up into the corner there, I guess, is how that fits onto there. Is that right? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it kind of snaps into place. Yeah, it looks kind of dumb to have that mask on there, to be honest. I probably won't end up using that. But there you have it. Now let's get these guns built and call it a day. So like I mentioned earlier in the chat, just another heads up to you guys in case you missed me mentioning this earlier, I've already got the reviews recorded for the Wing Verka, not the new one that's coming out, I mean the old one, the original Wing Verka, and also for the Ultron. So I got those reviews recorded yesterday, so be editing those and putting those reviews out before you see the proper review of this guy. So just a heads up on that. There'll be a couple of videos coming out before the review of this, but be a review of this, and then there'll also be a review of the Fenice Renashita Alba to come in the near future as well, after this one. Does the mask at least have molded detail, or is just a sticker? Yes, Kyle, it does have the molded detail there for that, so if you don't use a sticker, you can just hand paint it, you know, yeah. Alright. Right, say bye. Bye-bye. Okay, let's do it. So fortunately, these look to be pretty simple in their construction, which is good because that means they won't be too heavy. Although it seems a bit strange with the heavy arms. This is arms to be not that heavy. It would be preferable if they were not too heavy. Okay. That's like that. And like that. And that. Okie dokie. Yes. Going to be heavily armed, but not heavy arms. Ouch. Let's see, these little cappies go on the back of here then. And this one goes here like that. Well, if that's like that, I guess this handle probably doesn't really matter much, but there you go. There's one. And this one will be opposite. Yeah, the barrel assembly is nice, Tay-Tay. Yes. It's nice that those go together nicely. There's no seam lines or anything on them. So you got, you can paint these very easily. Seems like you can just paint these all separate pieces so that way you can make sure you get full coverage painting them, because otherwise if you're painting like this entire section like this, it'd just be kind of a little bit hard to make sure you get like a good paint coverage like down inside of there on like the underside of the barrels. It's not going to be like very easily seen necessarily, but yeah, still the ability to paint these as separate parts will be nice. I agree. And Luke said, hey, sorry to interrupt, but I remember the front skirt missiles are loose on the regular MG. Are they loose on this one? Yes, very loose. I've been noticing that. I mentioned it a little bit earlier. Yeah, hang on. I'll show you what I mean. Doesn't feel like anything's gonna come off. Talking about, I assume you're talking about these little hatches on here, these little doors. Yeah, you can see this one very loose, especially. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's gonna fall off or anything. It's in there fine, but like if you have the kilt just tilted forward, it just fell open on its own. So yeah, not really anything of a very tight connection on that, but there we go. And we are done. There you go. Let's attach these to the backpack. Here. How does that attach to the backpack? Well, you have to turn that part around or something, or what? What's the deal? Oi? Oh. Wait a minute. What? How does that attach onto the backpack? Did I put that part in there wrong or something? What the? Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you do have to take that part out, which doesn't seem like that's gonna come out of there very easily. To use my teeth to pull that out. So you need to turn that around the other way to put this on the backpack. Corey said the Supernova Heavyarms custom and definitely a lot nicer. Well, to each their own then. Twitch. Oh. As in, I don't plan on getting the Supernova version to test it out for myself, but if you say so, I'll take your word for it. Really, that's all the more they plug into the backpack there like that? Kind of odd connection there for the backpack. There you go. Always seems weird the Gatling guns pointed up like that. It seems like they make more sense pointed down on the backpack. Realistically, he's making it just like more top heavy, more work for the legs, it would seem like. Yes, teeth first Gunpla time, exactly. Sometimes you just gotta use what God gave you. And these things are too big for those parts too small. But alright, there you have it, folks. There's the Heavyarms Custom EW. USA Gundam must have a great dental package. Well, hopefully, in the future. Yeah, I need to go to the dentist, actually. But not because of that. Not for any reason, I just need to check up. Hello from Wisconsin. Hello, Antonio said, hello from Wisconsin. Quick question, how many years have you been building Gunpla? About 20, I guess, but off and on. I've been building like more seriously, I guess, more like as an adult. 7. Kind of got into painting while I was living in Japan in 2012, 2013. So I guess that would probably count as like when I kind of started to get a little bit more serious about it, I guess, right? Otherwise, like 20 years ago was when I was in like middle school. So like at that point in time, you know, I was just snap building some kits and not really doing too much anything else. And then like in high school and college, I really only built like a couple here and there kits, and again, no painting or anything like that. Because yeah, when you're young, when you're a student, you don't have, I mean, at least most of you, I would imagine, if you're like me, you don't have like a lot of extra money to spend on stuff like that. So that was one reason why. And like once you're an adult and you have a job, and once I was an adult and got a job, and I could spend more money on that kind of stuff, is when I got a little more serious about it, into painting and all that. And then obviously later I got into YouTube, and here I am. Jeremy said, can you have him hold the guns to check if they sag? Sure. You have to give me a minute. adjust the camera for you guys here. Hang on. Ooh. I don't think that they will, though. I think the weight will be fine. But let's find out. Obviously, I'll show this in the review as well, too. So, no worries. Oh, this is the other hand. To the left. I wanted to do it for the right. I guess it doesn't really matter, but... Oops. Come on. Come out over there, you. Thank you. And fold out the handle. Guess you're not meant to use those hands. Hang on, I need to missed a nub here first of all. Second of all, I want to check the manual, make sure I use the right hands. Yep, okay. Interestingly, it seems like they didn't really make like very specific hands for holding this, which is a little bit worrisome. But we'll see how they hold up here. Whilst yesterday filming the Ultron review, I had a hell of a time switching out the fingers on that kit. Don't know why. Like they didn't really seem to want to fit into there because like the hand covers kept getting in the way. It was strange. So this one, because the Gatling guns here also plug into the side of the arm, the hand, like holding up the weight, is not really too much of that is falling on the hand itself. Actually, the arm is really going to be holding up the weight more so. So the problem is, there you go. Kind of tricky to get that onto there, but there you go. So yeah, the hand is actually not really doing much work for holding it up, really. It's just kind of there for show. It's basically just plugged onto the side of the arm for the most part, so that's good. That means you don't need to worry about any limp-wristedness there. But here you go. Does not appear to be any sort of weight issue whatsoever with that. Yeah, the frames on these kits are pretty solid, so I think you'll be alright. I know you guys are seeing the wire right in front of the camera. Sorry about that. There you go. So yeah, no issues there with the weight at all. It's all good. What I ended up doing for the missile hatches on the MG was switching them up, and they seem to be a bit more tighter. Switching them up, so you mean like swapping the left and right? Because as far as I know, I mean like they're the same piece, so I don't know. But anyway, there you have it, guys. I'll work on the review for this soon. You guys will see that after the review of the Wing Verka and the Ultron first, then this one, and then the Rashida Alba. So lots of wing stuff to appreciate. And don't call me a transformer. There you go. All right. So thanks for hanging out, guys. Hopefully, you know, you guys, we had a good kind of Q&A session there towards the end as well too, so that was fun. So thanks for just hanging out, asking your questions and stuff, chatting in the chat. I guess that's what the chat is for. But thank you for all you guys who use the super chat as well too. Really appreciate that. Those of you guys who are still watching, still around. That is a problem not with the kit, but of my cutting mat. My cutting mat is like warped, so it's not flat. It's not a flat surface here we're standing on. Let me try that again. I need to adjust his stance a little bit to account for my warped cutting mat there. But anyway, there you go. Obviously going to be a little bit front heavy with this big massive thing hanging out the front of there. So, greetings from SoCal and thanks for the live build. Mandalore, Mike, you're welcome. And the rest of you as well too. Thank you again. So till next time, guys. I don't know what the next live stream build is going to be necessarily, but possibly maybe the Victory 2 Assault Buster. Maybe we'll plan on doing that for next week. Because this week I was quite busy, like to build and review like 4 Master Grade kits in a week is kind of hectic. So I think next week I'll maybe take it a little bit easy on like the building and reviewing, and maybe only like build and review like 1 or 2 kits. So maybe doing a bigger one like that, like the V2 Assault Buster, would be good for just doing like 1 big kit in a week rather than trying to do a bunch. So yeah, Speedball Haro, I don't plan on live stream building the Alba. Sorry to say, because I'm pretty sure I live stream built the regular MG Fenichi Rinashita way back when. I know it's been a while, but I don't know. Do you guys really want to see a live stream build of the Alba kit as well too? I wasn't planning on it, but I guess, I don't know, if you guys really want to, maybe you could do that on Monday. I will be live streaming tomorrow as well too, for a new episode of Gunpla Critique, but not be building something. So I guess if you guys really want to see a live stream build of the Alba, I could maybe do that on Monday. Speak out now in the chat if you do want to see that, then I'll keep that in mind, and then we'll maybe do that on Monday, and then if enough of you really want to, and then yeah, maybe the V2 Assault Buster later on in the week, possibly. Let me know, I guess. All right, well, yeah, some people are saying yes, but you know. All right, well, fair enough. I mean, I guess we can do that. Sure, why not? All right, anyway, that's gonna be it for today, guys. I'm gonna go get some lunch, work on some other stuff here, and then I'll see you guys live tomorrow morning again for a new episode of Gunpla Critique. So big shout out to all my Patreon supporters. Once again, just a reminder that that Gunpla Critiques is a part of my Patreon rewards. So if you're interested in participating in that, as in submitting work to be critiqued for that, you can check out my Patreon page. Of course, it's just Zach Aurelius on Patreon, so check that out if you're interested. If you were to join Patreon and submit what you want to submit before tomorrow morning, then you can get in the next episode. Otherwise, you can, if you want to join, you can join later and get into the next episode next month is fine too. So, all right, guys, that's it. I'm going to actually stop the stream now.